there's a story that's now a third generation. It's about hope and inspiration from a young man who never saw or was touched by his grandpa except through story. The stories you saw on the screen are powerful stories. Maybe you know some of those people, maybe you don't. When Tim showed me these things as we were preparing for today, I was up about a month ago, he showed me the first cuts. They just blew me away. Incredible inspiration, incredible courage. And that's the last story, the story of courage. In 1987, on the Mississippi River in August, at a celebration of her master's degree graduation from the University of Wisconsin, my wife Janet was sitting on the beach, and one of our friends, Bob Hurt, said, "Janet, my God, what's that on your back? It's huge. Some bug bit you." To make a long story short, it was a Sunday afternoon. On Monday morning, she was diagnosed with osteogenic sarcoma in her back, a huge tumor, and over the next 3 months or so, had radical chemotherapy. Surgery was performed on her at the Mayo Clinic because where we worked in La Crosse, Wisconsin at Gunderson Lutheran, they didn't have the specialty. And in the history of Mayo, Janet was one of 25 or 30 cases ever detected of this particular kind of cancer. When they came out of the emergency room about this time, that year, that November, 1987-88, Dr. Shives, T.C. Chives, said, "I don't think we got it all, Fred. You better prepare for what will probably be pretty grim." So then for the next 3-4 months, talking to children, talking to parents, talking to grandparents, talking to friends, I prepared myself for the fact that the woman I've been now married to for 40 years wasn't going to be in my life. And she screwed it all up, and she's still alive. I'm only teasing with that. We just celebrated our 40th anniversary back in August. And I've learned so many things from Janet in those 22 years. Let me just tell you another part of that story. Our oldest son, who's a school teacher in Hopkins, said to her, I think he was maybe, Janet, a freshman or sophomore in college. We were out to dinner up here. And he said, "You know, Mom, I got to tell you something. You might not like it. But you know, Mom, ever since you had cancer, you're a lot more fun. You don't take things as seriously as you once did. You look at life differently." As her husband, and somebody who's known her for 42 years, that's true. This young kid had the courage to say it, but she squeezes so much out of life. She has so much incredible courage. She's disabled. She lost the use of her right arm. She's a leader in the state of Wisconsin for women's health. She does all sorts of remarkable things. The only piece of Janet's story that I want to challenge her with today is she doesn't believe in herself quite enough. And sometimes when we're afflicted and we have pain and we have suffering and things happen, we don't believe in our own story. I challenge you, ladies and gentlemen, to think of your story. Think about what it means to you and what it means to other people. I just try to give you an idea of what the stories of my son, my mom, my dad, my wife, what those things mean to me. It's part of that humanity I talked about in terms of defining this. What sets us apart, the power of story. It's incredible. It's an incredible force. I need to look at my notes here for a moment. So the question is, do you have the courage to live today, to enjoy the journey that's left ahead of you, that takes you to tomorrow and hopefully beyond? Are you courageous? My wife is courageous. My mom was courageous. My dad was courageous. My son, I believe, is courageous. Are you courageous? Ask yourself. What I want to ask you to do for me is think about this. And for just a moment, when I say 1, 2, 3, I'd like you to stand up if you're able, thrust your arms if you're able, yell at the top of your lungs if you're able, 3 times, "I am am courageous. That's where your story begins, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let it end there either. 1, 2, 3. I am courageous. I am courageous. I am courageous. Thank you. Give yourselves a hand.